What's up, y'all? Y'all know what it do. It's fucking November 22nd, Saturday night. I'm in 13 hours. I'm in 13 hours of a 12-hour shift, you know. Damn near feel like it. That's funny, man. No, I'm in 11 hours of a 12-hour shift. And you know, getting close to 40, and I'm bouncing through jobs and trying to maintain my fun and my health, y'all. And I wanted to come on here and spit that motivation, you know. Just didn't want to come on here and talk news and BS, and wanted to come on here and spit some motivation, you know. I had to come up on here and make some money, really, man, because, you know, like I was saying, I'm approaching 40 and trying to get my mind right and my health right and my money right, you know. I wanted to preach that I know there's a lot of ups and downs in life, you know, a lot of them, and you can overcome them. You can overcome them ups and downs. You just got to keep pushing. You know, I wanted to come on here because I probably ain't gonna write a book. You know, I figured I can come on here and do 30 minutes, you know. I probably ain't gonna write a book, but if I come on here on 30 minutes, you know, when I can, I give y'all the life story, you know. You know, the Central Coast kid that did most of the motivational story, like no BS, you know. It could be done, you know. The Superman story. You could do it, you know. I'm gonna be 40, so I'm halfway there, you know what I mean? I just want to preach to the youngsters, it could be done. You know, give some tips. Give some tips to the kids, and, you know, big up my brand. You know, I'm trying to start some new things that'll help the kids and the youth, my kids, the youth, you know, and my family and the community, man, you know. And if I could do it bigger than that, I'd like to help the world, you know. So I wanted to come on here and spit my truth, and also get truth, and, you know, get some game from others, you know, to see what we could do about this situation we got going on in California, you know. You know, everybody don't got an education and all the extras. You know, I didn't really, you know, I got lucky and had the motivation I had. So, you know, I want to get right to it, you know. We're gonna have to tell the story backwards. You know what I mean? We gotta tell the story backwards. So right now in my life, I'm pushing my life. I'm pushing my credit up. I'm pushing it up. You know, I'm trying to blow, so I'm working a lot. I got a lot of loans and shit. And so I'm trying to drive straight. You know, when you're driving straight, you could be going fast. Everybody love going fast, you know. Right now I was driving, in my life I was taking it slow. I was enjoying the views, you know. But when you're doing that, you gotta watch out for them people speeding behind you. They'll crash into you. You know what I mean? So I'm going through some of that in my life and taking care of my ins and outs, you know, but getting that job and that good job where you're not fucking working 18 hours a day is like, it's hard, man. I'm gonna get on here and talk about all the jobs I quit, all the jobs I had, all the fun I had, all the dumbass shit I missed out on. But even right now, it's hard, you know? So I want to get on here and talk about, you know, what's everybody doing before the New Year's. I wanted to let y'all know, you know, New Year's is coming. We're not even 6 weeks away, so, you know, start your resolutions now. That's my motivation to this video. Start your resolutions now, you hear me? You know, get up ahead of them, you know? That's what I learned in this life, man. You know, get up ahead of those resolutions, bro. Think ahead, man, because you'll never know what'll be happening, man. Like, you know, you could have insurance, something happen, and it's still gonna cost you a bag. Like, that shit is crazy, you know? So keep maintaining, man. I'm working right now and I'm starting a couple new jobs. I'm hoping I can Uber and Lyft, you know, and I'm hoping that could like pay a couple bills, you know, and deliver some package seasonal right now, man. I've been trying to do that, man. I got sick the other day. Then, you know, someone ruined my day, swerved into me, you know, tried to take me off. But, you know, I want to come on here and tell everybody, don't let the devil take you down, you know. Don't let little no one rut in the wave knock you down. You got to keep kicking, because it could be all right. And the less mess ups you have, the better you do. So you just keep moving. One little hiccup is a little hiccup, you know. One major setback is for a double major comeback. Double major, you know. You know, one minor setback, you might get a jackpot right after that. You up, you know. You just got to stay in that double bonus, man. You got to stay up and right on that line, man. Yeah, but it's crazy out here in California. You know, I want to hear what some people, where my Central Coast people at, you know. How the fuck we paying them bills, you know. I want to hear about all that, man, because it's a real success story. All the Central Coast babies is success stories, I'm telling you, because it is no joke out here, you know. But I'm going to get on here and more and check in, and I wanted, you know, God to bless y'all and keep blessing us Central Coast California babies, you know. And we just keep hustling, you know. Stay away from them tickets, all that, you know. Even them infractions, you know, stay away from those, you know what I mean? I just want to get on here and connect, hustle, you know, plan some fishing trips, plan some moves, some money-making moves, man. The YouTube community is fucking great. You know, I do all the watching I do on there. I might as well start coming on here and talk. If y'all see my page, y'all know what's up with me. 20 years ago, I was rapping and trapping, you know what I mean? And now I'm just working and, you know, stacking it up. You know, we keep it plain and simple, man, you know. Slow motion better than no motion, man. I'm telling you, I done moved up slowly. Like, my 10-year grind is crazy. So, you know, y'all 10-year plans, y'all could do it, man. Y'all just got to stay to it, man. It ain't nothing, man, you know. Well, yeah, y'all. It's my first 10-minute video. These gonna be hard to do. I know a lot of people's gonna see this. I ain't gonna get on here and talk about no peoples like that. Like, it would be funny. I got some funny stories. I might post like some clips or edit some videos or maybe post some new footage that I get on here of me working and stuff. But, you know, I just want to get on here, man, and talk about that news and the news people could use. You feel me? You know what I mean? Some real game, man. You know, like, who knows Who knows the you know what I mean? Like the grant for this, you know? Who knows how to get that, you know? You know, I'm trying to get on Shark Tank. Like, you know, I'm trying to get big, you know, so I'm trying to start a nonprofit, help the kids out in the community, you know what I mean? And dedicate my hours to positive stuff, you know? I guess that's how it is when you start touching 40. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still get on the court and hoop, but you know, when you start getting close to touch 40, you like, man, you know, I should have at least 40 bands, you know what I mean? I got it coming in, but I should have it like stacked, you know? And so, you know, that's the 40 band challenge, you know what I mean? Like, let's get up to 40, you know what I mean? Few years, you know, you could be there, you know. I got to save it up to blow it on something that I want to sell to give back, you know? It's real like that. But you could get that property, you know, and you could do your Dougie, but you got to be on that 10-year plan, man. So I want to know what everybody's been doing the last 10 years. You know what I mean? How they been staying afloat. I know a lot of goons that moved. You know, I want to know how you doing if you move, where you at, tap in. You know, I want to know what everybody's doing around here. I know a lot of folks are still around here, you know. But yeah, it's Thanksgiving week, man. I wish we had all our loved ones with us and all that, you know. But y'all got to keep striving, keep up to it. Y'all holla at me. You know, we're going to keep dipping them out while we here, you know, because you only live once, baby. Now, y'all go get your 10, go get your steak, go get that chicken, you know, them kids and shit. Y'all stay up, man.